Okay, today is our last day on working on our cherries. I'm ready to move on to something else. Again, this is just quick sketching. So let me introduce myself again real quick. This is a 30-minute drawing. I'm going to start calling it 30-minute drawing journal with Tami. And each day for the next I guess not the next 30 days. It's going to be from here on out. We are going to, or I'm going to be drawing for 30 minutes every day. And I do apologize. I am completely exhausted today. And I told myself I started, I am going to finish this. And that's all there is to it. So if I ramble or if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, which may be a lot in my real life sometimes, like some people point out, just bear with me. I just noticed when I was looking at this, my cherry is a little on the flat side. But again, see, tired. This is what the sketches are all about, to get to know your subject matter and um, here I go. Get to know your subject, get it working in the way you want to work them in your drawing. Again, what I'm going to be drawing and picking out is items that eventually I want to paint or draw. And this is the perfect time with these sketchbooks or journals is to go in and study your subject matter, get to know it. And I'm already all over the place with my camera. I have been looking into cameras or holders, and hopefully I'll have something here very soon. So just bear with me, guys. I know this day and age we should all be tech savvy and know exactly what we need, and if we're going to sit and do this we should already be ready, but like I said in the first couple of my little videos, all I did was think about it, think about it, and think about it. I want to do this, I want to do it. And it got to the point where enough's enough. Stop thinking and just go for it, just do it. Even if you don't have everything, just set it up and just do it. So that's what I'm doing. And hopefully by the end of the year you'll see a much better improvement of my camera not being all over the place, everything in focus. So again, what I'm doing, or my goal here for me, is to take 30 minutes out every day. Of course, it's not going to be the same time every day because of my work schedule. I don't know what my hours are going to be or how much work is going to be given to me. So I do find, which is kind of cool, and this being my third day doing this, I can't wait to do it. I'm like hurry up trying to get my work done so I can sit and do my 30 minutes. So this blog is just to make me sit and work, make me sit and draw, so that down the road when I sit down to do a piece that's going to take hours, I'll have, or I should start seeing even more improvement in my drawing skills. So today I'm just going to just quickly render these because I'd like to start a new project tomorrow. I will be in Ohio tomorrow. Right now I'm in Georgia. And so I'll probably be drawing some live still lives, or not still lives. I'm going to be out and about and maybe drawing from life that way. Looking at going to the zoo. I used to visit the zoo almost every weekend when I was living back home. And I've been away for a long time, so I'm hoping, or I know that there's going to be a lot of changes there. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to be taking my sketchbook with me and everything, and just sitting and drawing the animals. I used to do that all the time when I was back home. And it was kind of it was fun. I enjoyed it. And with the animals always moving, not always, but a percentage of the time they're moving, you have to do quick sketches. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. If I'm able to do a 30-minute while I'm there, I will definitely set it up. So again, all I'm doing now is I'm just quickly sketching in my areas just to get this more in a completed stage to move on to a new project tomorrow. Again, this being kind of like a journal of drawings. You can have as detailed as you want, as sketchy as you want. Just make it yours. Make it personal to you, so that when you want to go back to it, or like I said, run out of ideas, you can easily connect with one of your drawings that you roughly sketched out. So again, I'm just basically looking at just my shadows, see what's what, to get it close to almost a finished drawing. Like I said, tonight I'm pretty tired, but I don't want to miss just because I'm tired. I need to take the time out and do this, because it's something I want. It's I don't want this just to be a hobby. I want it to be my passion. And sometimes, in order to have it as your passion, you have to push past being tired or wanting to call it a night, and you hear your pillow calling your name. I do. But I still have several more hours after I get done here with the job that I'm working on, but I'm taking a break so I can play a little bit, have some fun of something I enjoy doing. And this is also relaxes me when I'm like really stressed out. Like I said, and this could be something too, you can make notes in it. You can study a leaf and make notes of what you notice special about the leaf that will remind you when you go to paint one or draw one that you saw this happening or that happening in it. Again, just make this personal. And I did find mine needed. It took a while. When you're in a classroom with students who don't have all their materials, you end up saying, okay, here, use mine, but then you never see it again. I know they don't intentionally take them home, but it does happen. So right now, like I said, I'm just going to quickly sketch this all in. And then if time permits, I will go back and start working on a little bit more detail like I did down on this one here. Again, this one bothers me, but I think at the beginning I was just kind of nervous, and which doesn't make sense. And kidding. I think my proportion is off a little bit. I think this needed to come down a little bit more than what I have. But again, that's what this is for. This is not going to be something I'm going to sell, or this is for me. This is just to go back and look at what I've done in past. I came across several of my other journals that I started 5 years ago, and I've seen an improvement, but then I've also seen where I have gotten lazy, and it's from not drawing enough. So that's what I'm hoping this will be, or this will help. And sometimes these are good for working on things that you struggle with and you want to work more on, or it could be things that you love doing and you just want to do more of them. Make this your personal journal, or, well, yeah, it is your personal journal, but your personal, like, diary. Just express yourself in it like a poet or a songwriter. They have notebooks upon notebooks of words and everything, of what they're feeling. Turn one of these into that. When you're having a bad day, pick this up and draw your mood, or draw something that makes you happy. And then by the time you're done, you're not as frustrated as you were when you started. So like I said, this part, because this is my last day of doing this one and I'm going to move on to something else, I'm just quickly putting in where shadow falls. I think I wanted to go a little bit more detail in here just to get back into practice and doing that. I mean, when you're working in color all the time, it's so easy to put the details in, but when you're working in pencil, I mean, you just have to, it's so different. And I know tonight, I do apologize, tonight I am rambling in this point where I might not make much sense. So you can be shaking your head and going, what? Huh? I just needed a break from the computer. And this is my break from the computer. So I have a feeling down the road when I'm doing more of these, they're going to be a lot more just quick sketches, and I know there might be times where I want to do more detail, but like tonight, my focus is there, but it's not, and I really don't need to erase. This is not really needing for erase, but I'm going to erase. Again, this would be like if I was learning how to play an instrument. What they tell you, you have to practice every day. So it's the same with drawing. You have to practice or draw every day. This is us practicing. This is where you're not sitting down on something that you're going to sell or promote. This is our practice right here. 99% of the time, no one ever sees these books. You'll see mine because I'll be putting it out here as we draw with it. But like I said, this becomes our diaries. I mean, there might be times when I draw in here, not within my 30 minutes. I just feel like picking up and drawing after I've done my 30 minutes that you may never see. Like I said, this is a good way to come out and relax, express yourself. So these back here are a lot rougher, only because I'm not looking for as much detail here. And I know I'm repeating myself here. And the other thing I can suggest too is when you're doing these, just keep looking at your resources. We cannot, because we're not these elements, you know, we have to actually look at what it is that we're drawing. So you should be looking at your resources a whole lot more than you are your actual drawing. Your eye will follow what you're looking at. Once you train yourself, you can draw without almost looking at your piece when it comes to quick sketches. Like I said, of course, this is not to be detailed, but I just want to pull some things out just to give it more realism to it. So some of the areas I need to get flat with my, lines in. So of course I'll flatten my eraser, the needed, to put maybe some highlights in that are needed to be more thinner to give the look that I'm trying to achieve. So what's great about the needed, you can change the forms to get thin and thick lines very easily. In college, I used to have a friend who loved the kneaded eraser to make tiny little figures out of. I don't ever recall him using it to actually erase with it. I just keep switching back and forth from different pencils. You don't have to do that. When you're quick sketching, you can have one pencil and you can work with just that one pencil. But again, I'm trying to get myself back into drawing and what I'm working with. So I like to switch up the pencils a little bit just to get the feel for them again. And I'm not saying I don't draw every day. I mean, I'm working on that one piece, but you do get stuck on one pencil that you do forget there are other pencils that you could be using. So again, I'm just starting to put a little bit more detail or work into it. It's not going to be 100% like fine-tuned realism. One, the paper is not the greatest to be, trying to achieve that. I just want to come out here and draw some cherries. Now the key too, you never want your elements floating in air unless that's the objective. You should always ground your pieces, and you do that through shadows. So now that I've got it pretty much complete to what I want to do with this, I'm just going to fine tune here and there for the last 10 minutes. I almost, which I'll probably do, is this being my very first one on my page, when it comes to the very last page of my book, I might call this picture back up again and draw it on my very last page, so then I can compare this one to that one just to see, have I improved? Did I get worse? Have I just lost my mind completely? So I think I might do that just to see. I am finding my 4B, is that my 4B? Yeah. It works really good on this paper. It just goes on really smooth. And it probably because it's a softer lead, it's has a nice feel to it when I'm drawing with it. So, like I said, this is just going to be my finished piece tonight. I would like to say I would know I'm going to be drawing tomorrow, but I don't have a clue at this moment. I know I will be doing a 12-hour road trip tomorrow, so it depends what I sit down, what I find that I want to draw with my state of mind, because I'm going to be exhausted. I'm taking a cat and a dog with me on the trip, so it will be an interesting event. I would fly, and then it wouldn't be so much of a road trip that way, but I'm taking my bike because I'm hoping to do some cycling when I get there, and I don't like putting my pets in a shelter or at a vet, mainly I guess a shelter. The last time I did that with my very first cat, when I brought her home, she was so sick because they put her next to another cat that was not having a good day. And then on top of that, she was so mad that I put her there that I just didn't feel right doing it again. Actually, I did put my dog in one when I went to a wedding, and then found out that they kept them in the cage majority of the time. So I wasn't happy about that. It's almost like taking them and putting them in prison. So I just let them road trip with me. So this is about it. I've got about 5 minutes left on it. So again, this is, like I said, this is mainly a lot for me. If you pick up something or find some tricks that I'm doing here and there that you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Or you just want to sit and draw with me or laugh at me, whichever, then join me in these. If you find that you might kind of like what I'm doing here, please like my videos and subscribe. I will be doing 30 minutes every day unless health reasons I'm unable to. Right now I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to do these so that I'm out here at a certain time every day. So I am working on that. But right now we're doing it late at night, which is not that awesome, but hey, 30 minutes and voila. So we're going to call this one done. I'm pretty happy with it. I learned a lot from it, that's for sure. Cherries do have a lot of lights and darks and different elements that are going on that until you really sit down and start picking at it, it's you don't look at them at the same way as I am now. But there's so much detail going on that if I did do this in color, I would be able to bring out more of that. But that's what I also want to try to achieve in graphite, to show the different shadows and everything, making it almost look like it does come to life. So that's my objective also when I'm doing my drawing. And then too, as you draw more, you start not necessarily drawing faster, but you do find that you do move a little bit quicker on some elements. But there's times you don't want to go very fast. You want to take your time and making sure you're looking at everything. So I said it's done and I keep going back into it. But we are going to call this done. So I'm going to go ahead and sign it off to show that this is now my finished piece. I'll have to get the date. I'm not for sure. It's at 9:20. No, 8:28. I think that's the date. 2019. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Again, this is 30-minute drawing with Tami, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, thanks.